It's really nice out.
It is really nice. Loving that breeze out there. Big change from what we have seen. And today the temperatures are going to be remarkably below normal, Tamara.
Temperatures. I've advertised this through much of the weekend. Now things are kind of speaking for themselves. You can see the scattered clouds here from 555 Capitol Mall Skycam combing across the skies, and on occasion there it goes. Skycam gets a little hop up from that steady southwest wind. It's keeping temperatures right now in the lower to mid 60s. So if you're getting out the door to start your day, be prepared for a comfortable morning. We'll be in the upper 60s by noontime. Not a lot of movement in the numbers throughout the afternoon. Daytime highs are only going to get into the lower to mid 70s, and notice that southwest wind, it just hangs on for a good portion of the day today. Winds have been a little gustier, especially over the Sierra. We've had gusts reported close to 30 in Truckee and close to 30 as well. It's a gusty morning for you in Yuba City and around Sutter County. We're also watching chances for some showers. Look at this view. We've got a system kicking on down, and it's been spreading out some showers from Chester and Lake Almanor down and through Quincy. Kronberg, you're getting in on a few showers along with Bucks Lake and even around Oroville and even into Roseville. We've had reports of a couple of sprinkles there from reporter Mike Tissell. I think the better chance for showers and thunderstorms today, especially into the afternoon, is going to be over the Sierra, so be mindful of that for any travel over the mountains. Coming up in my full forecast, I'll show you a better look at the timing of these showers and thunderstorms and take a look at the holiday weekend forecast ahead. 6:02, it is a holiday weekend. More folks will get on the roadways. Brian, what's out there now?
Here in the Sacramento area, no issues right now on Highway 50. As you can see down even through the Fix 50 project, there are some trucks moving around there. They've asked for CHP to help them with some escorts getting onto the road, but other than that, no incidents to report there. Westbound Interstate 80 from Roseville to the Split and down through the Cap City Freeway, no problems on that stretch with 5 and 99 out of Elk Grove. Also looking good this morning, no delays on that stretch. Checking in on Stockton, looking good this morning. No issues on 5 or 99. Westbound Highway 4 looking good. Westbound 80 from Vacaville to Fairfield right now, a 14-minute ride between 505 and Highway 12. Westbound 205 is a 12-minute ride across the top of the Tracy Triangle, and westbound 580, 205 to 680, 22 minutes. Here in Sacramento, you can see our roads all traveling pretty much at the limit. A little bit of a slowdown on Highway 50, Interstate 80, Roseville to the Split. Again, 9 minutes as you saw on the map, and 5 and 99, 11 minutes with no delays on that stretch. And keep in mind that Interstate 80 is closed right now between 780 and Highway 4 due to that Caltrans project, and that's going to be running through Tuesday morning. Another project we want to alert you to that drivers will be experiencing some lane closures this weekend on the Yolo Causeway. Crews will be doing repavement work tonight and tomorrow on Interstate 80. That work is going to happen between 10 p.m. and 6 p.m. a.m., so it's overnight work on both of those days. One lane will remain open while this work is being done. Back to you.
All right, good to know. Thank you, Brian. Well, the Highway Patrol spent the night investigating a deadly crash. One person was killed in a car crash near Sunrise Boulevard and Kiefer Boulevard. Witnesses tell the Highway Patrol they saw the car speeding at speeds over 100 miles per hour before it lost control and rolled over, stopping more than 50 feet from the roadway. A driver, a man in his 20s, was ejected from the car and died at the scene, and this is in Sacramento County. The roads did reopen before midnight.
The final summer travel weekend is here, and the TSA is warning about busy airports over the holiday weekend.
Yeah, KCRA3's Aaron Heff joining us live from SAC International with a look at just how busy things will be there this weekend. Good morning.
Good morning, and it's really heating up at a very early hour here at Sacramento International. Actually, in the next 6 days, TSA says they anticipate to see over 14 million people pass through their checkpoints. The busiest day anticipated is today. They say they anticipate 2.7 million people to be TSA checked today alone. So let's take a look at those numbers and take a look. This is inside the airport right now, just a few minutes ago. According to the group, the number of people passing through the checkpoints has surpassed the volume seen during the same travel summer season and period of 2019. Now, for perspective, since Memorial Day weekend of this year, 227.5 million passengers have passed through checkpoints. And did you know TSA actually has a wait time standard? It's 30 minutes or under, but they said you really play a vital role in that. They suggest to arrive early, check your suitcase before you even pack so you're not bringing something by accident to the airport, respect all TSA and airport staff, know the 3.4 ounce policy, and have your ID ready and at the go. Back out here live. They also said that you should really keep a handle on national weather headlines over this week in particular because they may impact your travel. And on that note, happy Labor Day weekend. Back to you.
All right, and to you as well. According to TSA, Labor Day weekend should see an 11% increase in travel compared to last year.
Cal Fire crews have spent the night in El Dorado County making sure that a wildfire didn't flare back up. This started as a barn fire in the Diamond Springs area yesterday afternoon. Cal Fire says the wind then spread into some vegetation, then it started threatening homes. Cal Fire says that the wind and the steep terrain made things pretty challenging, but that being able to switch strategy from structure fire to vegetation fire made it easier to get the job done. Homes on 2 streets evacuated, but apparently people in this community knew exactly what to do to be ready for an emergency like this.
Defensible space clearance was big on this one. We had multiple homes that we were able to stand and defend and steer the fire away from.
We talk about, fire being one of the biggest risks we have here in California, and just really appreciate the support and all that our fire and our law enforcement staff do, especially when it comes to fires.
Evacuation orders were only in place for a couple of hours. Fire crews are still on the scene this morning. The threat, however, is over.
Modesto School District warning about a man who has approached children 4 different times. The latest incident happened yesterday at Fairview Elementary. A district says a man was trying to talk to kids, 2 of them, through a fence on the back side of the schoolyard. Well, the yard duty person saw it. When the man saw staff quickly approaching, he quickly walked away. Now, we reported on 3 other incidents over this past week. In each of those incidents, a person was approaching in a gray car and approached students offering candy, even a ride. Right now, it is not known if they are connected. Modesto Police and the school district are urging people to please call 911 to report any suspicious behavior. Police are also actively patrolling the neighborhoods. Probably a good idea to talk to your kids about this, too. Well, today, counselors will be on hand as students return to a high school in Roseville that was the target of a threat on social media. West Park High School was put on lockdown yesterday afternoon, but the Roseville Police Department said its investigation determined the threat was not credible. Families said the lockdown procedure, messaging to parents, and posts themselves were concerning. A school district declined to comment.
For the first time in more than 3 years, federal student loans are going to start accruing interest again today. The payments will pick back up next month.
Melanie Wingo joins us in studio now with what we need to know to get ready.
Well, financial experts say now is a good time to reevaluate your budget and look into new payment options. Most borrowers have enjoyed not only making 0 payments, but also 0% interest rates. But as of today, interest rates on loans will pick back up. So financial experts say you can choose to stick to a standard 10-year repayment plan. Or if you're looking to reduce your monthly payment, one of the 5 income-driven repayment plans could be an option. Another is to extend the term of your loan or gradually increase your payments. Whatever you choose, those financial experts warn you got to plan ahead.
One last thing I want to remind people is we're going to have to put our patience pants on. I fully expect there to be long wait times on the phone, maybe delays in processing paperwork. So people should plan ahead, but also be prepared for these long wait times.
So there are free resources available. You can look into repayment options and then even calculate your payment with a loan simulator on studentaid.gov.
And then the Biden administration has just launched a new income-based repayment program. That was only last month. How does that factor in?
Well, the SAVE plan, as it's called, is a refreshed income-driven repayment program, and it's designed to help more people become eligible for $0 payments based on their family size and income. Interest will not add up as long as people make their monthly payments, which could be as low as 5% of their income. Some may even see loan forgiveness based on how much they originally borrowed and how long they've been making payments. You can sign up for all of that by visiting studentaid.gov/aid. Taylor and Deirdre.
All right, thank you. Well, President Biden is also set to survey damage in Florida tomorrow as people there are starting to deal with the aftermath of Idalia. The storm left massive damage across the state as well as Georgia and the Carolinas. Yesterday, the president did approve a major disaster declaration for Florida and did order federal aid to supplement the recovery efforts. Thousands of homes have suffered damage and widespread power outages at this point are still being reported.
Well, new this morning, the White House is turning to lawmakers for more funding as FEMA responds to multiple disasters across the country this year. Agency's disaster relief fund is running very low. KCRA 3's Amy Lou is in Washington now with more on how much they're asking for.
Well, the White House is asking for another $4 billion to help FEMA, bumping up the total ask to $16 billion. FEMA is cash-strapped and has been prioritizing money and resources to respond to large disasters, including the wildfires in Maui and Hurricane Idalia in the southeast. With the peak of hurricane season approaching, FEMA's administrator says they are adapting to a new normal as the frequency of these storms and disasters pick up. She warned any lack of funding could hamper FEMA's ability to respond to future disasters and fund long-term recovery. President Biden says the administration will keep up with the efforts for as long as it takes.
We're asking to continue to finish the job so far and have enough money to continue to work to save the American people, their lives, their homes, their well-being. We need this money done. We need this disaster relief request met. We need to do it in September. We can't wait.
And President Biden will be traveling to Florida tomorrow. He'll be touring the damage and serving recovery efforts there. In Washington, I'm Amy Liu, KCRA 3 News.